Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, you were not recording before.
Yes, I just can't imagine how to go start. But it's working now. Right. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yes, so as I was saying, you need to talk about your future career goals, where you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years. You need to talk about it too. Yeah, so next is tips for an outstanding statement of purpose. First, you need to be authentic. You need to be authentic. You need to write in your own words, write in your um own words. You need to be honest about your experiences and aspirations. There's no need to over exaggerate about your experiences or whatever you've been through or where you've worked or anything. You don't need to over exaggerate. Yeah, so you need to be authentic. That's like very important. And then you need to be you need to be specific. You need to avoid generalities. Use specific examples to illustrate your points. Okay, so for example, for a student that wants to study nursing or probably any health program, or for a student that wants to study performing arts or theater arts, you need to be specific about what you've done. So if it's that you've written a project on a particular topic, or you've written any play, you need to talk about that specific play. Or if you worked in a particular hospital, worked with a particular doctor, or you've worked in a you've done anything specific towards that course you want to study, you need to state it. Don't parabolate. Let me use that. Don't parabolate. Just talk about the that particular experience. Yeah, so you need to stay focused. So there are some universities where they would say the statement of purpose must not be more than 250 words, or not be more than 300 words. So if that is the case, you need to stick to the word limits and maintain a clear and logical flow. And if the university does not state that, then you can write as much as possible. Okay, so next, you need to proofread your statement of purpose. You need to be sure that it is free of grammatical errors, any typographical error. You need to like read through over time, because they would also look at that too. They would also look at that too. Yeah, so you can send this statement of purpose to probably any of your colleague or friend or your mentor to help you proofread, to be sure that there's no any kind of error there. Yeah, so before I um move to the next one, the reference letter, let me just go back to the beginning. So I said importance of a statement of purpose. The statement of purpose would talk about your would give your first impression, would give your first impression to the admissions officer, will tell your unique story and highlight your motivations and goal. And the statement of purpose would demonstrate your background, skills, and ambition. It's to show if you are fit for the program or not. So I also mentioned key components of a strong personal statement. So you can also you can talk about your family. They just want to know you first. They want to get to know you first before you begin to talk about why you want to apply for that scholarship and all that. Yeah, so talk about your academic and professional background. Talk about your career goals, why you want to study this program in this particular university, and so on. And then your career goals, that's like very, very important. They really want to know your short term and long term goals. Yeah, so next I'll be talking about the reference letters. Yeah, so first you need to understand the role of a reference letter. So the reference letter is to provide external validation of your achievements and character. Yeah, so you need someone to vouch for you if you're a credible student or not. That's the essence of the reference letter. You need someone to vouch for you, talk about your achievements. This has to be from someone that knows you. So the person needs to talk about your achievements as much as you know them. Talk about your character too. They don't want a very rude or troublesome students. Yeah, so character is very important. So the reference letter offers insight in your academic and professional abilities from someone who knows you well. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, the person um referencing you has to be someone you know well. It has to be someone you know well. It can't just be a random person. I know some people might not be like very close to their mentor, but as long as you know that person, you have a relationship with the person, then it's fine. So the use of the reference data is to strengthen your application by highlighting your strengths and potentials. Yeah, so you need, like I mentioned earlier, you need someone to vouch for you. You need someone to back up your statement of purpose and your other documents. So the person is to like give you a form of support by highlighting your strengths and your potentials. So next thing, what are the tips for selecting referees for your reference letter? So you need to choose individuals you are familiar with in your university or your place of work. But then while choosing someone you are familiar with, the reputation of the person matters too. So you can't just pick just anyhow person. Yeah, so the next one, you need to pick someone, or let me say select the referee. You need to select someone who knows you well and can provide a detailed and personalized account. Yeah, so I've mentioned this earlier. So the person, you need to know the person well. You need to know the person well, and then you need to consider the referee's position and reputation in the field. There's this thing that would help better. So for example, you're going to study performing arts, and probably you've worked in a photo studio, you worked in a media house, you know, someone that has eye ranking, probably the director, the manager, director of communications, someone that's, you know, has eye ranking. You can also reach out to your HR too. The HR is can write the reference letter for you, but then it's always better if you pick someone, or you select someone that is closely related, someone that is in a position closely related to the course you want to study. For example, you want to study nursing, and then you probably have how will I put it, like the person you are reporting to, the nurse you are reporting to, the doctor you are reporting to, you can reach out to that person to assist with the reference letter. It won't make any sense to like go to the administrative officer or the HR to request for a reference letter in that kind of situation. Yeah, so the next thing, key components of a strong reference letter. First, the referee needs to talk about his relationship with the applicant. The referee needs to talk about how long and how well they know you. And the referee needs to give a detailed assessment of your skills, achievements, and character. And the referee also needs to state specific examples that highlight your strengths. The referee needs to give specific examples that highlight your strength, Probably you've been in a situation before where a patient was critically ill, and then you cared and helped for the student, sorry, cared and helped for the patient in a special way. So the referee can put that down. That would also help your application too. So the referee's perspective on why you are a good fit for the scholarship and program needs to be stated in your reference letter. And the referee needs to give a strong and supportive closing statement. The referee should also drop his phone number, full name, email address for follow up. And for some schools, for some universities, they also want to like reach out to the referee. And for some applications, they might not ask you to submit the reference letter immediately. They might just request for the details of the referee, and then they'll reach out to the referee themselves for a reference letter. Okay, so next, so another thing, um this is a scholarship application, and then you want someone of how will I put it, someone that is really well respected, someone reputable, someone of high esteem. You need that kind of referee. So how do you request for this reference letter from the referee, especially when the referee is not within your reach? Yeah, so you need to give the referee plenty of time to write a thoughtful letter, and you also need to supply them with your resume. That's your also known as like your CV, your resume, your statement of purpose, and details about the scholarship. They should also be aware of the university you're applying to, the kind of scholarship you're applying for. They also need your statement of purpose to at least see what you've written there, so they can give more information, talk about your skills and your achievements. You also need to let them know the aspects that you would like them to focus on. Yes, and then you need to send reminders and thank you notes to show your appreciation. And you also need to inform them on time. You need to inform them on time. You need to request for the reference letter early enough. Yes, so regarding the scholarship application, you need to ensure that your statement of purpose and reference letter tells a consistent and compelling story. They need to align with each other. The statement of purpose and the reference letter, what you are writing. Imagine you talking about an event or one of your achievements or goals rather, in your statement of purpose, and then you send a reference letter where the referee is talking about this same achievement, this same goal, as in backing it up. That would really up your application. And then the letter should complement your SOP by adding depth and different perspective. They must complement each other because they are not too far from each other. Um, you need to provide a well-rounded view of your qualification and potential. So this the statement of purpose is you basically selling yourself. You need to let the admission officer get to know you. You need to let them um, see you through the through the statement of purpose. I don't know if I'm right. As let them read the statement of purpose and let it be as if they are seeing you in person. Yeah, so that's just it. So now I've talked about the reference letter. I've talked about the role of the reference letter is to give validation, insight, and support. While choosing the right referee, they need to be people of relevance. Your relationship with them must be close. They need to be of high reputation too. And the most important thing, aside you being close to the referee and everything, the most important thing is the content of the reference letter. It's very, very important. And the statement of purpose and the reference letter should always complement each other. Yeah, so while applying for your scholarship, these are, aside other documents, these two documents too are very, very important. I know there are some students that would give people their statement of purpose. They would pay for them to write a statement of purpose for them. In this kind of situation, it's always better to sit back and write the statement of purpose yourself. It's better to do the whole processing, the whole writing, the whole talking, and everything yourself. Yeah, um so that's it. So these two documents are very, very important. So please, does any body have any question on the statement of purpose and reference letters? Does anybody have any question? Or is there anything you want to know that I probably missed out or something?
Please, if you know you have any question, please indicate, or you can just write the question and questions on the chat section. Okay. Yeah, good. That was very well. Anyone have any questions, please? Okay. I don't know. Do you have anything else to discuss with us?
Mm, yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Anyway, in the absence of any question, right? Thank you very much. Lady, you should please do well to connect with her if you have any questions concerning how to craft the perfect statement of purpose or how to write the perfect reference letter. She's a go-to person, right? Look at all socials, maybe LinkedIn or Instagram, or I think if maybe if you can connect like on LinkedIn, she can give you a phone number from there, right? So thank you very much again, once again, Mrs. Ayotomiwa. We really appreciate you and your the document the presentation will be shared to everyone as mentioned earlier, right? Thank you. So we let's jump to the next speaker, right? His name